If you're looking for a new book to read, you should try one of these 7 books. This blog post is about some of the best historical fiction books like Shogun that are written by some of the great authors like James Clavell. Before that, I want to share the short summary of Shogun with you. Shogun Summary. The book Shogun is a historical fiction novel set in feudal Japan, and the story follows an Englishman, Blackthorn, who finds himself stranded in Japan. He has to learn the culture and rules of this society, but he wants to escape. He ends up becoming a samurai under Lord Toranaga's service. Along with learning about Japanese culture and customs, Blackthorn must fight off his own demons while surviving in this new world. The 7 titles listed below are all excellent reads which will attract the readers who enjoy this genre and want something different from their regular fare. Lonesome Dove, by Larry McMurtry. This is a story that takes place in the American West and Texas during the 1870s. It follows Captain Woodrow F. Call and his friend, Augustus McCrae, drawn into one last great cattle drive to Montana. They have many adventures along the way with new and old friends, but this drives them further away from their wives, who are back home waiting for them. McMurtry's writing style is so engaging that you feel like you're living it right alongside these 2 characters on their journey of discovery through America's most unsettled land. Musashi, by Eiji Yoshikawa. Musashi is a story about Miyamoto Musashi, an expert swordsman who has many trials and tribulations throughout his life. His journey begins as he learns the basics of fighting from scratch, with no knowledge of technique or strategy. He meets various people who teach him what they know in their respective fields, but it takes years to see any real progress. Musashi's goal was to become strong enough so that nobody would ever be able to beat him again. The Thorn Birds, by Colleen McCullough. The Thorn Birds by Colleen McCullough is a story about when love and family come together. Despite its popularity, this novel is not taught in schools across America. Our society needs to start teaching the Thorn Birds because it's a masterpiece that will teach us what true love really means. Roots, The Saga of an American Family, by Alex Haley. Roots is a Pulitzer Prize-winning novel that follows the life of Kunta Kinte, an African slave who was captured in Jufra and sold into slavery. The book starts with his capture and takes the reader through his whole life until he dies. This book has been read by many people because it tells real stories about slavery in America. It is an engaging story that will leave you interested to know what happens next. Centennial, by James A. Michener. In Centennial, author James A. Michener has created a novel of epic proportions. This story spans from the year 1867 to 1976 and is about a family that lives in Colorado. The narrative follows them through their adventures and triumphs as they work on building the fictional town of Centennial while making their way through multiple generations. Exodus, by Leon Uris. It tells the story of the founding of Israel and the events leading up to it from 1947 to 1956, highlighting tensions between Jews and Palestinians. The book was adapted into an award-winning movie starring Paul Newman that came out in 1960. Gone with the Wind, by Margaret Mitchell. Gone with the Wind is a classic American novel that follows Scarlett O'Hara's dramatic life in the South during and after the Civil War. The story, which spans 17 years, was published in 1936 to worldwide acclaim. We hope you enjoyed this list of books like Shogun. There are many more great historical fiction novels to read out there, so feel free to leave your recommendations in the comments below.